Well, ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome back to Tower Academic. I would like to start from where we stopped last time. The last time we met, I handled something to do with subject matter. I talked about subject matter, we looked at a poem, and we tried analyzing the poem and coming out with a subject matter. But what is a subject matter? A subject matter, when you are analyzing a subject matter, you need to come out with what a subject is, and later on you come out with the matter. Last time I said that subject matter is the topic under discussion in that given literary piece of art. Now, what about matter? Last time I said matter is the ingredients that develops the subject. Now, the topic for today is actually not subject matter. Today we are going to look at themes. Now, like I said, today we are going to look at theme. Now, what is a theme? A theme is the underlying central idea or the major idea in a given piece of art. All works of artistic merit has got themes in them. We have themes in poetry, prosaic pieces, drama, or plays. Now, because of its briefness, poetry usually has one central theme, though it is usually common to find more than one theme in a poem. There is a difference between a theme and a subject matter, though they appear to be related. Don't get it twisted. There is a difference between a theme and a subject matter, though they appear to be related. A theme is the main subject of any literary piece of art in the general subject matter. In poetry, a theme may appear only in a stanza, but a subject matter cuts across the whole poem from the first line to the last. So now, what is the difference between a theme and a subject matter? Okay, a theme can appear within a stanza or two stanzas, but a subject matter cuts across the whole literary piece. Now, let us try looking at the things we consider when we are analyzing a theme. But before we reach that, it is extremely important to note that subject matter and theme are arguably the most important aspect of comprehending not only a poem, but also any prose piece and also works of drama or plays. Please note that all other poetic devices and aspects are always discussed in relation to the subject. Now, in order for a student to appropriately extract a theme of a given art piece, he or she must ask his or herself the following question. 1. Is the art piece addressed to a particular community or group of people or to an individual? Is it of any relevance to me, a reader, or not? Does it talk about something I have seen, heard, or read, or experienced personally? Is it concerned about something of the past, present, or future? Is the work of art presenting an opinion or making a simple observation about life? What are the writer's feelings about what he or she has written? What are the mood, the attitude, the tone of voice that given art piece unleashes? You will also ask yourself this question. You will ask yourself whether the writer intends to teach a particular lesson to the audience or to present his personal observation of life, or does he speak on behalf of the group? Does the art piece present a personal experience or a universal experience? How does other aspects in a literary piece of art, aspects like rhyme, rhythm, form and structure, and other figurative languages affect the meaning of the poem you're reading or of the literary piece you're reading? So as a curious student, you need to put all those questions I've talked about inside your medulla oblongata as you try extremely hard to come out with the theme in a given poem. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the poem below and we dissect it in terms of its themes. Now, we are going to look at a poem titled Refugee, Mother and Child by Chinua Achebe. I am absolutely aware that for any serious literature scholar, you might have heard of the name Chinua Achebe, the famous man who crafted the novel Things Fall Apart. Now, many people know Chinua Achebe as a writer of novels, but he's also as well extremely nice in poems. So let us look at Refugee, Mother and Child. But the purpose of reading this poem will be to come out with the major themes in this poem. Now, the first lines in this one stanza poem says, no Madonna and child could touch that picture of a mother's tenderness, for a son she soon would have to forget. I repeat, no Madonna and child could touch that picture of a mother's tenderness, for a son she soon would have to forget. Now, when you are analyzing a poem, in order to come out with a theme, you need to take note of the nature of the words, the diction used by the poet. Now, Chinua Achebe here is talking about Madonna. He's talking about a child. He's talking about a mother's tenderness. Now, at this point in time, we are seeing a mother losing a child, but we also see the love that the mother has for the child. We see the true love that this mother has for the child. So, technically, you get to realize that love as a theme is being developed in this poem from the word go. Now, what shows that there is love as a theme in this poem? Oh, the tenderness of the mother shows that there is love in this poem. Now, we are going to say, the next line says, the hair was heavy with odors of diarrhea of unwashed children with washed out ribs and dried up bottom, struggling in labored steps behind blown empty bellies. Now, when you look at the imageries and the descriptions that Chinua Achebe is trying to bring out here, you'll get to realize that there is elements of suffering here. What shows that there's suffering here is a theme. Remember, we have come out with love as a result of the mother's tenderness to the child. We are seeing elements of suffering here. We are talking about washed out ribs. We are talking about grumbling bellies, empty bellies. We are talking about all these nasty things. Shows that these people are suffering. They have diarrhea and there is nothing they can use to treat the diarrhea they have. So there is suffering as a theme in the poem. So what shows that there is suffering? Back it up with the notion of diarrhea in the poem. Back it up with the empty bellies of these people. Remember, that can also bring out poverty. But let us first put poverty aside. Now, we are going to say mothers there had long tears to care, but not this one. She held a ghost smile behind her teeth, and in her eyes, the ghost of a mother's pride. As she combed the rust-colored hair left on his skull, and then singing. Let us first stop there. We can see the love. We can see the love that this woman has for the child. So, once again, the theme of love is being developed here. But also this theme of suffering is as well being discussed. This woman is suffering. This woman is seeing that the child is going, but still she has not acted stupidly like other women who have given up in their kids, taking care of their kids. But for her, she stood her ground. So suffering and love is at play. Love is portrayed as she tries to take care of the child much as she has no hope. Altogether, the rusty hair of the child, father portrays that this there is suffering. She is emotionally suffering, for she is going to lose her beloved son. Let us complete this. Let us complete this. I'm saying, in her eyes, the ghost of a mother's pride as she combed the trust-colored hair left on his skull. Oh my God, we are talking about a skull, meaning when you look at this boy here, there is technically nothing to do with even flesh on the hair. The boy is eaten up by sickness and is losing up his life. That is why they're talking about skulls. When you look at him, you don't see a normal human being. You see a child whose life is being drained out of him. And the mother is there trying to act nice and sweet, but cannot do anything to safeguard the child. In another life, this would have been a little daily act of no consequence. Before this breakfast and school, now she did it like patting flowers on a tiny grave. The tenderness she's giving the child is like, okay, saying, bye-bye, son, till we meet again. The mother knows the child is going to die, but for the love and the care she has, she cannot just let the child go. So there is a theme of suffering, and there is also a theme of love. The mother is emotionally suffering, though she also has great love for the child. So how many themes are we discovered in this poem? We have discovered the theme of suffering. We have discovered the theme of starvation. We have also discovered the theme of love. What shows that there is starvation? Oh, the skeleton appearance, the skeleton physique of the child. The empty bellies shows that there is starvation. What shows that there is love as a theme in this poem? Love is portrayed in the tenderness, the care, the combing of the hair that this dear mother is trying to do to the son. What shows that there is suffering? Oh, this woman is emotionally suffering, for she knows the child is going and there is nothing she can do about it. So, in this poem by Chinua Achebe, we have discovered that we have a theme of suffering, starvation, and love. So what are the kind of questions that an examiner can ask you? They will ask you that, comment on the themes unleashed in the poem, and they may tell you 6 marks, 4 marks. So you are supposed to mention a theme in a full sentence, and you bring up the ingredients or the backup. What shows that that theme is in existence in the poem? For instance, if the examiner asked me or team to comment on the themes unleashed in the poem, I would say that there is the theme of suffering in the poem, refugee, mother, and child. Full stop. So that would earn me a mark. I have identified a theme and I've brought it out in a full sentence. Another thing I would do is I will show or prove to my examiner that really the theme of suffering does exist. How will I prove? I will say that the mother of the child is emotionally suffering, for she knows that the son is going to die, but yet she still sticks on the baby, combs the hair, and stays close to her son. That alone proves that there is suffering. Now, what about starvation? I can say starvation as a theme has also been revealed in the poem, full stop. The empty bellies of the children portrayed in the poem shows that there is starvation. The skeleton-like physique of the child shows that there is starvation. Yes, I can say love has also been brought out neatly in the poem, full stop. Love is unleashed or revealed through the mother's tenderness towards her child, much as she knows that the child is going to die. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the purpose of themes, I would love to stop here for today. Please, thank you for watching Tower Academic, and I hope that next time we shall meet again in another presentation. The next time we meet, we are going to look at point of view in literature. Oh my God, if you are a serious lit scholar, I believe that you don't want to miss this. Thank you. Ciao. Till we meet again.